You're listening to the You Don't Know Me Yet podcast network.
Hey, you are tuned in to Two Gems and a Mic with hosts Tanisha the Diva Mahomes and Linda L.D. Dorsey. Just know, if we talking about it, you need to hear about it. Unwind and enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Two Gems and a Mic. I'm your girl LD. I got my girl back, or halfway back, at least. The Diva's back with us. What's up, Tanisha?
Man. Won't he do it? Won't he do it?
Yeah, we glad to have you back. I know you've been struggling. Yeah. Yeah. And
I got some that Ajax wouldn't take off of me. It was rough.
We got our boy back. Darren, aka Mike. What's going on?
Oh, not much. I'm glad we finally got, Miss Tanisha back into the. I'm glad we're back. I'm glad we have her back in the land of the living, because the last couple of weeks, we had to put out an APB on her.
Yeah, and good thing she remote, because I don't want none of what she got.
You still don't want
it. I don't want no part. Yeah, I said I don't want none of what you got. I don't want no parts of it.
Why you covering your mouth like I done coughed on you though?
Oh no, we good. Yeah, I don't like the germ. People start coughing, I start twitching. I don't like it.
Yeah, well, you won't get it. It's over here.
It don't matter, over the phone, whatever. I'll be like, germ traveling. No, I'm just teasing you. Hey, we got a full show. We're gonna talk about the NBA finals. We're gonna talk about the WNBA, some stuff going on this weekend, who's hot, who's not. And we're going to do some NFL trades and some signings that's happening. And we're going to hit tennis. Tanisha, you got a special one you're going to close out with. We're going to talk about football. So we got a full show. Let's start off in the WNBA. What'd you see, Darren? I'm going to start with you. What'd you like this weekend? What didn't you like this weekend? What stood out?
The Minnesota Lynx. just something about that team, man. I just love the way them and the Dallas Wings. Both of those two teams have just been impressive to me this season. I mean, I could say the Aces, but to me, Aces don't play enough. It seems like they say they play once a week, so I don't really get a chance. I know they played tonight against the Sparks.
Yeah.
So I'll watch that game a little, when we get off the show. But just those two teams, I love the way Paige has been playing. Shepard on that squad as well for the Wings.
Triple double. When she was it Shepard?
It was against the Aces. Yeah, it was the Aces.
Got her second. I think it's 20, second one of the season. Yeah,
20. I think she had like 25, 20, and 10. No,
and 10. Yeah,
I think she had 20. Yeah, 20. Yeah, she balled the hell out. And then of course, they in the Commissioner's Cup they blew out. I think they blew out Toronto, whoever they played last night. But I mean, Paige almost had a triple double, but they kind of sat her on the bench in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And like I said, Olivia Myles, her and Courtney Williams, man, I just love that backcourt tandem, and the fact that she's playing well. They're 7-2, and they're doing this without Nafisa Collier, or Nafisa Fee. I mean, I'm loving what I'm seeing from them right now. So those are the two teams that have stood out for me.
Tanisha, what about you?
I like, I'm on the Dallas Wings right now. I done spent a guap to get to one of them games, and so I'm gonna ride that to the Wings fall, because I'm back home in Texas now. So I'm in love with Dallas. I'm in love with Beckers and Fuds. I mean, I'm going.
Did you go to a game already?
No, I haven't, but I paid for it. I paid for the Indiana game, the Fever game. And I'm going to that one, and it's a whole feat. You might not be able to go to more than one or two up there because it's so expensive to go to it. But I pulled that one early, and it still cost me a mint. But I have every intention of enjoying that when I go down there. So I'm
when is that game? If you don't mind me asking.
What do you think it's gonna be like?
No.
When is it?
Oh, I think it's in August.
Okay.
Yeah, August.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that one.
I'm liking the Wings. I'm liking the Dream. They're up there, but two teams that impressed me. And the Dream is looking good. They got a solid team. I like Portland, and I also like what the Valkyries are doing.
Yeah.
Portland as an expansion team, they've been looking good. They've been playing really well, and what I really like about that team, you can't think of it like name a superstar on Portland. You can't.
Okay.
So they're players that came from other teams, and Megan Gustafson, she was talking about it the other day. Like she said, she played with the Aces for 2 years. I think she got 2 championships with them or 1, but she said she never felt more appreciated or more recognized being on that team. She played great the other day. I think she was 8 for 8. She was perfect shooting from the field. They look good though. They play together good. I was skeptical of their coach, still skeptical of him. That's the guy that came from the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's doing all this special stuff, shooting in socks. They look good. They play together. The Valkyries, they look good.
They didn't look good against the Aces Sunday. I watched that game. That was disappointing to me because I think it was close at halftime, but then the second half it just turned into a blowout.
Well, it was one of those Asia Wilson game, and Jackie Young was back. Jackie Young was lighting them up. Jackie Young had 23, Asia had 28. So that was one of them games where you just like, and they couldn't hit a basket. But I'm not gonna count them out. They got a good squad.
Oh, yeah.
The Valkyries.
You don't think the Dream is underrated though?
That what now?
The Dream is a little underrated.
The Atlanta Dream?
Like people not.
No, they're not underrated. They're one
Just
of the top teams. They're they're definitely not underrated. I just don't think they were brought up by us. I mean, I talked about them, but no, they're in second place, so they're not underrated. Nobody's taking them for granted. Minnesota.
No, I'm just talking about. Man, oh yeah. Well, hell yeah, we know.
Yeah,
that.
no, they're not. They're not. No, I don't think Atlanta is overrated. I don't think they're overlooked. I don't think anybody's playing them thinking this is anywhere near
an easy win.
Yeah, no. Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard, Jordan. I mean, you can bring people off the bench there, and they're doing good. They got Angel Reese now on the boards. They're a solid team.
I will say this.
And how you feel? And I'm curious about how you feel about Angel Reese play with them.
I think she's doing good. She's doing what she needs to do. I think she's settled in the first couple of games. Probably, I ain't gonna say nerves, just getting adjusted, and you're playing somewhere else. Angel gonna get you the rebounds. She's doing what she gotta do, and she's
for the
team.
And for the gym fan out there, Linda knows Angel from before Angel became Angel. Like we know,
Angel was always Angel. Angel played at St. Francis, so Angel was always Angel, and it was like the sky was the limit for her, and she's living up to it, even off the court. So it's always great. And I've had other kids that play from this area that play that you get to watch. Fudd is from this area, so it's a lot of kids that I watch as kids. I call them kids still, young ladies, kids that I watch that are playing now. Angel was just in our conference, so she used to beat us up every year. So got to know her a little better than some of the others. Sometimes I just watched them in AAU, but she's doing, and Angel's got a ceiling is high. So there's still a lot more that she can do, and I think that she'll work on, and she's with the right people to do that. But I want to go back to Minnesota. Minnesota, like you said, with Nafisha Collier still out, and I don't know why, probably old age. The rookie that they had, Olivia Myles, Jesus, couldn't think of her name. She's just like she been there. So love to watch it.
And look, and what I was gonna say earlier was that one thing that I can't stand about the Aces is that what I don't like is, for me, Asia right now, I'm getting too much inconsistent play from her. And I mean, she's scoring the points. She's scoring the points are cool. Look, I need to score 15 every game this season, so she's doing that. But sometimes, I don't see her, I guess, rebounding the ball as much. And to me, rebounding is always about effort. Now, I don't expect her to have 15 every game or whatever, but but some games, to me, Nalissa Smith shouldn't be out rebounding her. I mean, I don't.
That's Nalissa Smith's job.
Well, no, hold on, but it's also Asia's job too.
No, that's Nalissa Smith's job to take some of that Asia. So you got to know the team and understand that.
I get that, but and it could also be against. It depend on the opponent that you're playing.
Exactly.
Because some games they both have double doubles or at least double figures in that. But I'm saying, but for me, there shouldn't be a game where you play a full half and Asia's got like 18 points and 2 rebounds.
Why not? If you winning, why not?
You think
If
Eric,
Alyssa Smith has 10 rebounds, Alyssa Smith has 10 rebounds, and Asia got 2 or 3, why not? They getting and you're not getting out rebound. Look at the whole stat sheet. If I lose a game because I got out rebounded by 5 to 10 rebounds, then yeah, I'm gonna look at Asia and say, what you doing? I'm also look at Alyssa.
Okay,
I'm
well,
looking at everybody
that's
on the team,
my
what you doing.
opinion. She's a 6'3" center. She's the MVP, reigning MVP, and hell, I demand at least 8 rebounds a game.
But that's what you talking about, your gambling. I'm not talking about your gambling. I'm talking about reality.
As far as I'm concerned, when she is out here, they are blocking her. Like it's not just her going up against one person. I mean, they coming for Asia. I mean, you acting like they treating her like she just offset.
In all fairness, right? Because Darren ain't seen many games, so they boxing her out with 2. But that's where Smith is getting in there getting hurt.
Darren has seen every game because Darren got money riding on the season with Asia. So,
well, I don't know. You said you hadn't seen. Well, they only played 1 game or whatever. But no, Asia doing what she's supposed to, and she averaging 24 points a game. So
and talking about and they may get 18
she get 15, I'm good.
Upset.
But and here's the other thing too. How many games we in? How many games we done played? 8,
like 7, I think.
7, 8 games. Yeah. I mean, the standings are where they are now. I'm never gonna question the Aces again after last year because I was like, even though they lost, I forgot how many games in a row they lost. They was like something like 10, some crazy.
They finished 19-1 though. They finished the 3 regular season 19-1.
Yeah, they were that end, that stretch down there. But I was like, what are they doing? What's going on? All that stuff. But
I couldn't remember if that was due to injuries or they just wasn't playing.
No, they just looked bad. They just couldn't win a game. So I mean, they got LA tonight. I don't know if Kelsey Plum is playing because to me that makes a difference. Because
she's still working on that sprained ankle, right?
Okay, so she's out. But yeah, I mean, the Liberty got to get healthy. The team that I'm concerned with, but they're coming to the press talking about it, is the Indiana Fever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some exposing going on there. Folks are, some of them are in denial. I don't think everybody's in denial. I watched the game. They got beat up pretty bad, and I've always said since college that Caitlin Clark is a defensive liability, something she needs to work on, something she's got to recognize as a weakness and that can be adjusted. I'm not gonna say she's gonna be defensive player of the year, but she can do better. And
I was gonna say I remember watching, I think her and the head coach's presser, I think after practice or something, where they kind of, because obviously there was a lot of questions and a lot of think pieces about the confrontation that took place on the bench or whatever. I was going to ask you as a former coach, what did you think about that? Because a lot of people, from the Shannon Sharps and others are saying that, Caitlin is uncoachable. She thinks she's bigger than the game, and or of course, if you read what people commented on X, well, she knows more than the coach. The coach don't know what she's talking about. The coach need to be fired.
Well, Darren, had you
attack a lunacy running around the
I tagged you and I tagged Tanisha, and if y'all would watch my content that I do during the week, you would answer that question. It could answer that question. You're right. So I
actually don't stay on social media like that.
I know you don't. But I did. I gotta tag you better on them so you'll read them because I know you. I mean, I'll listen to them. So I did a 3-minute segment. They were included in that, and I do think. They came out and made a comment, oh, I'm good. I ride or die for Steph, blah, 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 back and forth. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep whatever you got going on in the locker room. If you got some issues with Steph, then work that out. And that can happen, right? We're at a different level. Mm-hmm. But you also have to learn internally. It ain't just Steph because she was arguing with Brianna January. And Brianna January done won a championship. She knows basketball. So you got to listen to somebody. These temper tantrums have been going on for a while. I saw her cuss her dad out in the game. So you got to listen to somebody else. I don't doubt that they can turn it around, but they have to get it together. And I don't know if she's listening to her fans. I don't really think so. She's got to listen to her coaching staff because they'll put her in the right direction. It ain't. Some are still calling for Stephanie White. I just can't say that it's Stephanie White, given that last year they were 1 game away from beating the Aces to go to the championship game without Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, Sid Colson, who else was hurt? And what's the name? Mitchell collapsed in a game.
True story.
And they will. So I can't put it on coaching. So
And you're right, Linda. That part, I think, like you said, sometimes these superstars, it's a little rough. I always talk to my brother about stuff like that because, like I said, I only played at the college level, a couple things, but sometimes it's just that player gets when you got everybody catering to you. Sometimes you get beside yourself a little bit, but a lot of that you'll overlook as other players in the locker room. But when it starts spilling out like this, it's not pretty. It's not pretty because if it's doing it out here now in front of other people, what you think is going on in that locker room?
And people
What you
can
think is going
tell
on?
as a coach. I've had players on the bench, and you say something, and they be like, "But coach, blah blah blah." They're not arguing with you. They're telling you what
No,
they
they
feel.
just
This is not, and the passion, difference between the passion and the disrespect. And that's what it appeared like. I'm not on that bench. I didn't hear it. People talking about they reading lips. I don't know. Hopefully they'll work it out because I think they have a solid team and they should be in that conversation. They'll get back in that conversation.
Well, she did push back and say that it's just the passion discussions or whatever y'all that everybody was blatantly wrong about what was going on. But I'm just telling you, when you start to see stuff spill out like that, where it's not even where you freely able to do those things, you kind of know if you played before and at that level. And I know you have, Linda, and I have too. Something else is going on.
You got to fix it,
But
but
I
you got to
also
keep it in the
think,
locker room, in house.
but no, but I was
Gotta
gonna say,
be in
but I
house.
was gonna say, but I also think that that's what you tell the media.
Of course.
So you
Of course
don't
it is.
let stuff that's in house come out there. I mean, look, obviously there will be quote unquote sources that will talk to you off the record and get you down to the nitty gritty that you keep saying in the notebook until later on down the way. But there's something going on, but but they're not gonna talk about it right now.
Right. You're not gonna put it out there. Yeah. And they're not getting rid of her either. So
Oh yeah, no,
right. Stephanie White will go before she goes, but I don't think that's a reason to get rid of her. They got to figure it out. And they can move.
100%. That's a
Yeah.
fact.
All right,
That's a fact.
we had some NFL stuff, some stuff I'm excited about, but let's talk about for you, Tanisha. I'll go to you. What was the biggest move in the NFL this week?
Myles Garrett getting traded to the Rams.
Okay, Darren, we're gonna talk about it more in detail. But Darren, what was your biggest move?
That was the same, Myles
Okay.
Garrett.
Okay. I was torn between that and AJ Brown. I could talk about all the Knicks moves. I'm just excited. I mean, excuse me, Knicks. I'm sorry. I can talk about all the Giants moves. Those are just like personal exciting moves. Those are not the biggest moves. Yeah. Those are just signings. But those two are the biggest to me. But
why
do you put one? Wait a minute. Who gonna go? Why do you put Myles that Myles Garrett move against up above the
who me or Tanisha?
AJ Brown? Good Lord, I'm having
me or Tanisha.
Darren, I'll let you go. No, Tanisha, you go first. Tanisha, you go first.
The reigning defensive player of the year is Myles Garrett. I mean, he's an absolute game changer. I don't give a damn what anybody say. Every time he on the field, somebody nervous.
No, but I'm saying what the impact of the team. So if he moved, that's the biggest trade because it's going to impact. And what do you think? Does that put the Rams where they need to be? Was that the key for them? Give me more.
Well, it made the Rams a whole lot better. Are we up for that? That's what I know. I mean, the Rams are close. We know that because last year I really thought the Rams had a chance to bring it in. I think I was saying that I thought the Rams was going to win it. So getting Myles didn't change my. I mean, yes, that is an absolute game changer over there. I mean, he gonna be causing havoc all over. I mean, hell yeah, that's great. I'm not mad if I'm the Rams. I mean, I'm upset if I'm a Browns fan. Because to me, it feel like you gave up on the season. Period. Like there's no more Myles out there. It's not like you get another Myles. I can't just go give me a Myles. What happened was, and when it was when old boy failed his physical, and all these you can't get these people out here. So you gotta figure something out. You gotta go out here and try to make Myles a trade, and we get a first round this year and whatever. But it's Myles Garrett. You're not replacing him ever.
Okay.
Period.
What you got?
That done messed up.
Well, you're never going to replace. Well, I mean that's generally for any trade. It's really hard to get value back. but I'm not going to underlook Jared Verse either. I mean, this is only his third year. He's a 2-time Pro Bowler. He was just Defensive Rookie of the Year 2 years ago. So he is on the same path, a la Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett, I think, was Defensive Rookie of the Year as well. And this is Myles Garrett's 9th or 10th year in the NFL. So I'm going to give him, that's an 8-year gap between those two. So I like to trade it as it relates to AJ Brown, simply because we knew the AJ Brown trade to the Patriots was in the works for the last few months. Mm-hmm. So that wasn't really a surprise. It was just they just had to wait to June 1st to make the deal. Myles Garrett happened the way it happened. It took the whole sports world by surprise. So to me, that was the bigger of the two. I do think it's a good trade. I think it's a win-win by both teams. I don't want to go as far as Tanisha says that you're giving up on the season, because to some extent, I don't think Myles Garrett contributed as much to the wins, versus the losses as a quarterback does. Because think about it, last year against the Patriots, he had 5 sacks, but they still lost by 19. I granted the quarterback was Dylan Gabriel. And also, I didn't care too much for the head coach. So I think they have a better head coach in Todd Monken, even though this is his first go around. And look, everybody has a first time as an NFL head coach. So, but I think that he works well with developing players, quarterbacks, and installing and building the offense around his players to where I think that they can be better offensively. I think Jared Verse, because he's about 8 years younger. At least 6 years younger than Myles Garrett. I think he gives you that initial youthfulness, and he was a game record last year for the Rams as well. So I think I'm not saying you're going to get a drop. I mean, Myles Garrett is here, and I think Jared Verse is here. But I don't think the gap is going to be as large compared to the rest of the team, the rest of the defense that they have out there. And one last thing about that is that they're getting him while he's still on his rookie deal. So he still has this year coming up where they can, if they want to, can extend him after this year to a big extension or whatever. So I think, and I think it works well for both teams. I mean, the Rams were already kind of gearing towards the favorite because they fixed, or they addressed their corner issue. But bringing in Myles Garrett, and you could potentially get Aaron Donald come out of retirement, that's a big deal.
That was the other thing that I wanted to bring up. So I heard that today, that he didn't say nothing. He said, about that fire. I heard it through Pat McAfee's show.
He said he sent him a text.
If he gets the fire or whatever. Yeah, if he comes back, that's a whole different different world, because we know that the Rams they had a good offense when they won the Super Bowl, but their defense was special. Their defense was definitely special when they won. So go ahead, Tanisha.
No, I want to ask, because you said it's not that you don't see it as that much of a difference or whatever, but you're playing against Lamar over here. You're playing against Verse was great but this is different quarterback group over here that you're trying to get after and stuff. Like, you think that
Verse played in the NFC Championship game and was a few snaps away from the Super Bowl.
I understand, but you don't see what Myles is having to go through to get to them quarterbacks.
Yeah,
and we're not gonna sit here and pretend that Verse is on the same level as Myles, right? You're saying there's a gap, right? That's what I said. There's a gap, right? And you see what he going through just to get these dudes. You think it's gonna? You don't think that's gonna affect that team? You don't think that's him?
Well, to answer your question,
instead of present.
Okay, to answer your question, I think Baltimore and those other teams in the AFC North are going to try to double Verse as well, because they watched the same games that we did, and they saw Jared Verse out there wrecking shop last year for the Rams. I mean, again, he was a defensive player of the year as a rookie as well, so he's already. I mean, he's a 2-time Pro Bowler going into his 3rd year. So while there is film on him, they're going to have to respect his gangster as well. So now whether or not they respect him in the same mode as Myles Garrett, whether they triple team him, that's a different issue. But he has a chance to wreck shop in the AFC North, just like he was wrecking shop in the NFC West. I mean, because again, Myles Garrett is going to be facing a different type of offense and stuff over here in the NFC West. So Myles Garrett got to bring what he was doing over in the AFC North over to the NFC. I mean, he still has something to prove as well. I mean, it's one thing to do it in the AFC North against Lamar. Now let's see you do it against these other quarterbacks on this side, and let's see you do it against.
And who's more agile than Lamar on the other side?
It doesn't matter, Tanisha, because they're not facing the same teams over and over again.
Okay,
So
all right, we'll talk about it when it's going on. I got you. Just hold that thought. Because when we get in this season, hold that thought. When we get in this season, we're going to talk about that, since you don't think that his skills translates to the other side. Okay.
no, Tanisha, don't misquote me.
He got something to prove. Okay.
I don't.
You know, Tanisha take what you say and twist it to what she wants.
Everybody has something. Hold on.
Hold
on. Trent McDuffie, Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson have something to prove when they get to the Rams, because they paid them that kind of money.
Yep.
Again, Myles Garrett has something to prove because you traded for him, so they want to make sure that you produce on the field as well. I mean,
that's great. That's why he got long arms, better than hug them with. We're gonna see it though.
About all that,
I guarantee it's gonna translate. There's some tomfoolery going on.
Well, let's talk about the other ones. We didn't spend enough time on Myles Garrett. I think AJ Brown. I watched a little clip of a interview that he had with Maria Taylor, and they spoke about his relationship with Jalen Hurts. I like what he said. He was straightforward. No bad blood. Wish him the best. Love him. All that. They just grew apart, and I think he's going back. I think he might enjoy playing for Mike Vrabel. So he's going back there. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for anybody that can leave and go and do what they want to do. It's a good pickup for New England. What you got?
Absolutely.
Y'all agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you think how much of a negative impact do you think it has on the Philly?
I don't think it has any.
You don't think it has any?
No, I don't think it has any, because I think if you read some of the quotes that came out of the locker room, they're just glad that they were able to move on from it, so they wouldn't have to be answering any more questions about it.
Okay,
really?
Well, and based on what he said and what Brown said today, once again, the media, right? The media making more of whatever it is, and he said they played together. They just weren't friends. They weren't buddies, and you don't have to be buddies. You can just play. You ain't got to hang out. So I kind of get that. And I think it was more of the team. I don't know. Like I said, we ain't in the locker room. They kept it in the locker room. We couldn't see it. Brown doing his thing on the sidelines, but everybody has their frustrations and stuff. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. I hope it do impact them, because hell, I'm a Giants fan, so
Well, so do I, but I do feel like Jalen is just sort of a straightforward type of dude, and I think some quarterbacks are just type of the people that like, listen, I think my skill is enough that if you get me somebody that can catch the ball, and they can get open, I can get it to them. I'd rather deal with less drama. You have quarterbacks out there. Jalen just doesn't seem like the type of quarterback that is here for a lot of extra, and I've heard that receivers can be quite drama filled. So I'm not saying that AJ Brown was bringing all the drama, but I'm just saying Jalen doesn't even look like the type of dude that want to hear all that. So if it was something and they grew apart and all that, I don't think that Jalen is missing him. He probably wishes him well, but can I get the next man up?
Yeah.
Sometimes people just feel that way.
I wasn't asking about his feelings. I'm asking, does it impact them playing on the field? The loss of AJ Brown, does that impact Philly in any way? Darren doesn't think it does.
People can say what they want to say. People say what they want to say. Absolutely. I think that the fact that a stud like AJ Brown leaving is going to have some impact. Who's his replacement? Darren, you said you was talking about
Ricky McConnell.
Okay, well then, it impacts him. Shit. Hell, if that's what you came up with, it impacts them.
Okay.
Let's see. It's going to be
other receivers. It impacts them, folks.
Tanisha, can I speak, please?
I'm just telling you.
Well, no, I mean, hold on. They drafted him in the first round. but they also brought in Hollywood Brown, and of course, is going to elevate Devontae Smith to be the number one receiver. Again, I think that his removal from that locker room is going to make the locker room better because they felt like he was having a negative impact on the locker room. Like, why do you want that around?
I ain't saying you want it around. That's not what we asked. We asked it to impact him.
And I said no.
That's the reason you think that the impact. I didn't hear all that negative. I heard more media. I don't know what was coming out of the locker room. So I follow people on the team. I'm not hearing what they're saying.
If it's coming from the media, obviously people in the locker room are talking.
No, not necessarily. Media has. I mean, look what they just did with the Fever. They just made up a bunch of stuff. That Stephanie White was fired. Blah blah blah. All this other stuff. So no, I'm not tracking what the media is saying.
The media didn't
people
do
will
that.
People do stuff for clicks. So if I see it from a player, but I didn't hear anybody come out of that locker room, and maybe that was what they were feeling. I didn't hear anybody come out of that locker room and say, or it was like some negative stuff on him, or we got to do this, we got to do that. So, like I said, media puts their own spin because of what they saw on the field.
Okay. So
and you said who?
Hold on, Tanisha.
I personally thought the same thing.
Hold on,
Tanisha.
No,
Darren, you said who's gonna be the number one? It's gonna bring who as the number one?
I don't think he said number one. He said to replace him.
No, he did. Yes, he did.
The number one receiver is going to be Devontae Smith.
Yeah,
he's the number one receiver.
And how healthy has he been?
He's been fine. What are you talking about?
No, Smith.
And
Smith is a beast. Smith is a beast. He's gonna get you here.
Yeah, when you got another
he's a Heisman Trophy winner,
first
round draft pick. AJ Brown was a 5th round draft pick. It's a big difference.
Dude, I'm not talking about that. What I'm telling you is it brings it's easy to be. I'm not finna do him. I'm not calling him. Do not get me wrong. I'm just giving you an example. You got Brown on one side, Juju on the other side. Brown gone, Juju not Juju. It's different when you have you've got another animal on one side, and we'll see how that works out when there's not another beast on the other side of the field. That's all I'm saying. I know I ain't taking nothing away from Smith. I love him. Like I was draft kinging my butt off with him. He was in my lineups all the time. I'm not saying anything, but we'll see what it looks like when you don't have that other animal on the other side, that big old threat and that monster and everything on the other side. We'll see. That's all I'm saying. I don't see how that makes them better, but we'll see.
I said it'll make the locker room better. What translates out there on the field, the players still have to show up and the coaches still have to coach. That they still have to execute. But I'm talking about if reports that come out of there that he and the quarterback were having issues, you're not getting rid of the quarterback. So you're gonna get rid of the receiver.
Agreed.
And to say that it was media driven or you can't trust media. Well, it was the media. Diana Rossini months ago talked about AJ Brown going to be traded to the New England Patriots.
Oh man, she was sleeping with the coach.
It don't matter.
That's different, Darren. No, come on, we ain't gonna. Don't even try that. That's a whole different source. That's a whole different source. Don't even come on.
That's pillow talk,
right? That's wrong. That's what that is. So yeah, she probably knew some stuff, but she wasn't reporting.
And the locker room
like she knew
is one thing.
You wrong,
but the locker
Darren
room
just poked us and we fell for it.
Listen, the locker room being better is one thing, but the record being better is another.
Yeah, we fell for that.
We're gonna see.
We fell for the poke. We shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
the record was what it was last year, but again, part of that had to do with the play of the quarterback and the play calling.
All right, we didn't spend enough time on Brown. I want to talk about Odell Beckham, Juju Schuster, and all of them going to the New York Giants.
It's a good move for the Giants. I mean, considering the injuries that they suffered, but the thing, I mean, it's a good deal for them because I think they signed those two and another receiver, but they all signed
Barrios.
For the veteran minimum, like 1.3. So I mean, for the amount of money, like they're not even guaranteed to make the team. So
they're gonna be on the team. They're gonna be on the team. I ain't worried about that. Because I look at Malik Neighbors, they were showing video from him with the celebrity softball game and some of the him still limping. I heard that he had another procedure a month ago, so he may not even be back for week 5. So you do need that, and having that veteran leadership. I just think for a morale perspective for the Giants, bringing Odell back is something that I like. He should have never left. But he did. He went and got him a ring. He back. He sat out a year. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited about it. I think we done beat them to death. We need to move on. Go ahead, Tanisha. I'm sorry. You had something to say about that? You don't
No,
care
not
about
at
the
all.
Giants.
I was just listening. Yeah, because I'm. You know what, Odell? I was with you.
Yeah,
You know on that. You know I love that dude. I mean, I really
because
do.
they didn't do nothing. Everybody that went to the Browns that year that was going to help them win. I haven't heard from Jarvis Landry. Did he retire officially?
I think he's doing a podcast. I think. I would imagine.
Did he really?
I think so. Yeah,
No, I don't know if
Okay.
he retired officially. You know,
No,
it was
I don't
him,
know if he's. I don't think he's
him,
officially retired. I don't know. That's a
your
good
boy
question.
Baker, and they
But what
and
about
Odell was
Waddle going to Denver?
Hmm?
I don't care about Waddle.
Well, I don't know. Not really.
Waddle.
going to Denver. I mean,
You
Denver
don't think
was
that's
looking tight with what
You
they
don't think
had.
that's the
We'll
impact?
see.
You don't think that's a big deal?
They look good. We'll see. We'll see. I think he
It
had
looked like a
the
good
quarterback
deal
had
to
a
me.
good year, huh?
It looked like a good deal to me. That's another weapon.
I agree. It's another weapon. I always say, you know, so many. To me, just having play because people aren't available for us. We got the injury, so I like who we signed. Them, you get more receivers. We'll see who's going to get a ball to. Because you had your players that were there last year and it was working. So I don't know. We'll see. Why Waddle ain't nothing to shake your head at. Miami, that's a whole nother story. We'll talk about that as we get closer
I
to
like
football.
calling Waddle, but I know,
Yeah.
I know it's Waddle, but I like to call him Waddle.
I know. Let's talk about the NBA Finals.
Oh Lord,
Knicks versus the Spurs.
This is a matchup of the gems.
Oh, I'm going with the Knicks in 6. That's it. I ain't
I'm
gotta
in
say
San
why and all that,
Antonio, so
but
enough
yeah.
said.
Enough said. What you got?
What you mean? What I got? I got us winning in the 7.
7?
I think. Yeah, I got us.
Okay.
I got all 7 games. Yeah, it's no easy feat here.
Okay.
Y'all well rested. You're sweeping asses.
Yeah, I mean that could work.
Y'all
That
well
could
rested.
work against us or whatever. We can come out rusty. We'll see what's going on. I mean, I don't. People talking about what we did earlier in that Emirates. I don't think that was then. This is now. So whole different thing. Darren, what you got?
I'm just hoping y'all rested from the rest, but good Lord, I mean, it's gonna be rough. But I'm going.
I'm hoping for a good series.
Let me just say how good it felt when we won that game the other night. When I tell you, it sounded like alarms was going off everywhere. Everybody was blowing horns out here. It was, I imagine the same way in New York or whatever with the sweep and everything. But I'm telling you, it went crazy. One thing I love about San Antonio is they gonna rep them doggone Spurs. So they got some fan support and everything. I wish the best for them. They got a young squad, them rookies on, them young bucks. I think that's gonna be a factor one way or the other, good or bad. But either you just gunning because hell, you just so young, you don't know no better, or you choke because you never been here before. But definitely, I'm going with the Spurs.
Okay.
To win
Spurs in 7.
Spurs in 7.
Okay.
Darren? It sounds like you're trusting. If you want to dive deeper into why you feel that way.
Alexa got involved.
I was like, what?
Alexa was like,
that was Alexa. I was like, what is that?
Yeah. I
Alexa.
switched the voice on it. You want to dive deep?
Alexa had a deep.
Right. Yeah.
I believe I cut off because I thought it was gonna say why you go against a team that swept both. I was like, nah.
So wait a minute, Alexa.
The people don't need to know that.
That's a unisex name, Alexa.
Nah.
I done switched my stuff up. I'm an AI guru over here. I got a boyfriend. I done turned all my AIs into my special friend.
See, mine talking now. Stop all of that. Yeah. Go ahead, Darren. What you got?
Man, I just feel like I'm torn between 2 gyms and a mic right now. Gun to
I ain't
my
gonna judge you. Go on and tell the truth.
Gun to my head. I guess I'm gonna go with the Spurs. The thing that and look, Linda, you know how I feel about the thing to worry about the Knicks, man. Is just I don't know what I'm gonna get from Karl Anthony Towns, man, because I don't know if he's gonna get himself in foul trouble if he's trying to play point center, or if he's going to go down and rebound. I mean, I don't know. And when it comes to Wemby, look, Wemby can be inconsistent when it comes to his rebound, so to speak. Because I mean, the games that they won, where he bought like earlier in the series against OKC, 40 and 20 and like another 30 some point, 17 rebound type of ball game. And, so the thing that I like about both teams and talked about even with Miss Linda last week is the
Damn, not
depth.
Miss Linda. Damn.
Just the respect, because you're right about
Yeah,
your
Miss
Knicks. And,
Linda.
I'm gonna give credit's due, but I'm like you. I just really look for a good matchup, man. I
Me
don't.
too.
I'm tired of blowouts, man. Because the blowouts make the stuff not enjoyable.
I'm gonna tell you,
Exactly,
for
Darren.
me, I wasn't tired of the blowouts because it was the Knicks. I needed them to get here. Now, if we have good games, because I stress over the Knicks. I was like, get it over with, because we've had those.
Yeah.
I've gone through it. I'm old. I've gone through it.
Mhm.
We're right there, and we can't. So I just it's a lot. There's a lot of I think there's more pressure on the Knicks to win this than
That's the
is
other
for San
thing too.
Antonio.
Yeah, that's the other thing too, because they haven't won in so long, and everybody's and they make it feel like they people putting pressure on the Knicks like they need the Knicks to win, because once Wemby starts winning, you may never win again.
He ain't never gonna. It's like, come on, he'll
Yeah,
never.
yeah.
We gonna win for the
Yeah,
next 30 years because you see him swimming underwater with weights and all that other stuff. It's like, come on, you know me, I'm a Wemby fan. I like Wemby. I do not like Wemby starting tomorrow night. He's not my guy.
I will say this
but I
though.
want.
Let me say this. I will say, leading up to the finals, what this NBA playoffs has shown me, and I don't think a lot of people have put it out like this, but this has shown me who has heart and who does not. I mean, because if you think about it, Game 7 revealed a lot of things about Chet Holmgren, where people like you got to get rid of him because from what I
They don't
saw,
pay that boy a whole lot of money.
yeah, well, because from what I saw, OKC will not win against San Antonio in the playoffs going further, because that boy is in Chet's head so bad it's crazy. But coming out of that Knicks series against the Cavs, it also showed me that players like Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, they don't have heart. You saw the effort that team was putting forth in games 3 and 4, just on the defense side of football, of the ball, where they were just.
Thank you.
I mean, and you look at it like Joel Embiid. I'm saying, so when I looked at the playoffs this year, and I saw one about the blowouts, and the thing I go about the blowouts is that everybody kept talking about how the regular season where we're just waiting to get to the playoffs, and you see the intensity turn up. I didn't see that. I saw a lot of blowouts this NBA postseason, which. Okay, yes. We all gamble. We all like to bet on these games or whatever. But you want the games to be somewhat close. Give me a game 1, OKC San Antonio going to double overtime where you know both teams are fighting because they know how much it means to them.
Right.
But man, we seeing, and shout out to the Knicks for the look, and the Knicks did their job. But when you have a 54 point halftime lead or something, against the Hawks, even if it is the opening round, but it's a game, it's a win or go home for them, and it's like, this is the effort that you give me. I got a problem with that. And if I'm a paying customer or somebody watching the game, I have an issue with that, where I'm just going to change the channel and not turn back, because
I agree.
We're paying.
I don't think we're gonna get that in this. I don't think we're gonna get that.
No.
Knocking on wood. Knocking on wood. Knocking on wood.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I want a good series. I just feel, we're gonna talk about it, of course, when it's all said and done. I just feel like it's our time. I feel like it's our time.
So you obviously going to Knicks and stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm going with the Knicks in 6.
I think there's not, the blowout is not so much going to be a thing, just simply because if you were watching the games, you see the defense that the Spurs are playing. They out there giving 120%. I mean, it's a battle just to, it was a battle just to get the ball off, and so I just feel like the effort alone is going to prevent blowouts. Just because the shots are gonna be contested if they have the energy, if they still have it after, playing that many games and everything. But at the end of the day, I mean, you say pressure. I feel like Wembley's under so much pressure. I mean, if you are here in this city, I can't even get a jersey right now. There's only certain jerseys you can get. It's certain. I mean, it hasn't been in for months. my friend is, while I have my shaved head, I got and her number one player is, and I cannot get her the jersey
They'll have
that
them
she
back
wants.
in stock. I do think the more pressure is
just
on the
can't get
Knicks
it.
because the Knicks have been there. Wemby is young. He's a young guy that's going to be around. If he stays healthy, he'll be around. It's a young team. It's a young coach. They've got so much ceiling. The Knicks don't have. I mean, it's been how many years since the Knicks have even been there? So I think the pressure is on these guys to do. Did we make the right choice with Brunson? Everybody's saying he's too small. He can't get it done. Did we do this? All of this. So I think the pressure lies there because they can say, hey, the Spurs are young. If the Knicks win this thing, they'll be like, oh, I'm gonna say win because I'm gonna claim it like I've been claiming it. When the Knicks win this, they can say, oh, the Spurs are young. Like they're saying, Wemby gonna win the next 30. He gonna win the next 30 MVPs.
Well, that's
all of
what.
that. So ain't no pressure. Maybe they put it on themselves. I don't think the pressure comes from anywhere else. Everybody, of course, you want
feel
your
like
team
that's
to win.
fine and Danny. That's fine and Danny when you say that, but watching that young man cry after that victory tell you everything you need to know.
I don't think it was pressure from this. I think it was some get back from back in the
off his shoulder, just that I can get us there. I mean, it may help. It may help now because at least he got him to the finals. I mean, I don't know, but he just looked like
that's pressure on himself getting him there. Because had they lost the game, everybody wouldn't be like they played the champs. So I don't know. We'll see what it looks like. That's just my opinion. Your opinion is they got more. Wemby got more pressure.
Absolutely.
You think the team has more pressure?
No,
I think you got.
Even if he don't, I think he definitely feels the pressure of the city because we hadn't had something in a minute, and they out here riding for this cat. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
All right, let's talk about my girl. She is back, Serena Williams. I couldn't be more excited. That is my girl, and she's back. I've been hoping for it. She was said in December, y'all need to stop. I ain't coming back. She's back. So she's going to start her doubles in England. I think it is not at Wimbledon, but I can't remember what they call it. It's on grass. So excited to see that, and maybe she'll go in for the singles. What do y'all think? 44 years old. She's back.
I just want to win one more major and call it a day.
Grand
Get
Slam.
The record.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tanisha, what do you think?
Grand Slam, call it a day.
I'm with him. I need one more, and then go home and chill, 2 babies back, and just go back and be like, this is what I do.
Yeah.
It's how nasty I am.
I would love for her to get that one in Wimbledon, but I would love for it to be at the U.S. Open, to go back to the U.S. Open and get it, and then close it out.
Yeah, I'll take both of them.
See. Yeah, get 2.
I'll take both of them because I feel like if she's coming back, she's not coming back hoping she's going to get in shape and work it out. I feel like she wouldn't even bother to bring herself back on that court if she didn't think she was going to be able to do what she needed to do. I just feel like that's just kind of how champions roll. Yep. That, sometimes they want to hang on too long, but when that urge to come back is that urge to come back, I think, she'll do it the right way. She'll come back. She'll give it her best. And I'm so... Dude, that's probably the best news I've heard in a hot minute outside of the fact that the next segment we about to talk about on my closing thoughts here. I'm gonna wait on that one. But go ahead.
You can Darren, you want to hit yours first? What's your closing thoughts?
My closing thoughts, just rest in peace and condolences to the family of Larry Fitzgerald Jr., his father. Larry Fitzgerald Sr. passed away on yesterday. I had a chance to meet him a number of times in my endeavor as a media member. He covered, of course, his son, but covering the Minnesota Vikings. I got a chance to meet him a few times and talked to him, interviewed him a few times at the Super Bowl and stuff like that. So great gentleman, passed away at 71. So just want to say rest in peace and condolences to the family.
Praise to the family.
Absolutely, 100%. And not to even blow past that or whatever, but just I want to shout out them Texas Tech. That women's softball team going in there as 11th seed and knocking off on a doubleheader, needing to win 2 games and beat the number 1 seed twice to get to where they are. I mean, coming from a softball background and playing in college, that is absolutely Texas Tech probably shut down right now. Lubbock shut down right now. They probably didn't shut down right now just for them to get there, because to beat the number 1 seed twice to get to the doggone final game is unbelievable. So I'm gonna keep on saying that pitching staff is absolutely amazing, and I'm not talking about just the $1 million arm, but I'm talking about the support that's been with that $1 million arm. It's been a joint effort, And I have loved watching them go out here and just dominate and squeak by. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's been some extra inning games that have been
absolutely
pretty
dominate
interesting.
and squeak by.
Yeah. I think in the World Series will be for them. It'll be interesting. It's always fun to watch. It's always fun.
It's awesome. It's Texas. It's Texas. So I mean,
and that kicks off tomorrow. I believe tomorrow afternoon.
Let's get it.
Yep, that should be good. My closing thoughts. I'm just gonna say, hey, as I always do, let's please be kind, be blessed. It's free. Tell your loved ones that you love them. It's easy. It's really easy to be kind. It was the other day. It was like I was on the elevator and I got on and it was just like a couple of young men on there and they were like, just putting their arm out, say, go and just watch them watch it. It was an elderly woman that was on there and just waiting. And then you just see those things. And for some people it's natural. I got my grandson here with me. So some people's natural and that's the way he is. He's going to hold the door. Little simple things that people don't do. So, and they make a difference to other people. So I'm not going to rant and rave about that, but that's my thing there. So as always, until next time, everybody, please, please, please be kind, be blessed. It's free. Peace. Thank you for tuning in to Two Gems and a Mic. Be sure to subscribe and follow. Until next time, remember, be kind, be blessed. Peace.